Hey, hey, happy Wednesday. Welcome in. Kiki, Sylvia, Gina. Welcome to the YouTube family, to the subscription family, Kiki. How are you? Hope everybody's doing good today. I'm just getting my screen set up here so I can share with y'all. Hey, Leslie, how are you doing? I'm just getting everything set up on my second screen so I can share with y'all. Hey, Karen. Glendora. Hey, Regina. Unbiased. Hey, welcome in, y'all. Happy hump day. So let me get my screen share. So today it won't be a long live. I'm gonna just show you guys how I do the outlines when I'm doing the rhinestone and vinyl t-shirts that I make. I had some people say they wanted me to show them how to make them. And it's really simple. So I have a couple already ready to go so I can show you guys. Let me just check. Thank you, Leslie. I'm doing good. Hey, Karen. Blue Emerald. Hey, Sheila. DKC Crafts. What's up, Kim? Hey, Marissa. You know what, Leslie? A Q&A, that is a good one. I can definitely do that. As far as Q&A, where just anything like embroidery, rhinestones, vendors, like what type of Q&A, but I can definitely make that happen. Creations by Miss C. Hey, Miss C. Lynetta. Hey, Lynetta. And we got Kiki that just joined the memberships. Thank you, Kiki, and welcome. Silhouette. Okay. Let me write that down so I don't forget. For Silhouette Studio, I got you. Can probably do that. Probably next Wednesday, we'll do the Q&A live. Hey, Miss C, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing good. Let me, wait. There we go. And so this is the one that I did Sunday on the live. And then I have another one that I'm going to show you guys as well. And this is one that I'm going to have to do a trace. So I'll show you guys how to do that also to remove that background. But this process is really, really simple as far as creating a rhinestone and HTV design or rhinestone vinyl design, or you could do it with sublimation also. So same process with sublimation. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, you guys make sure you hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Do you use Caesar cutter at all? I have not. I've heard some people say they really like their Caesar. I think it's the Romeo and Juliet, but I heard people say they really like those, but I haven't used them. I have 2 Cameo 4s and a Cricut Maker, but I pretty much use my Cameo 4s. But I did hear that the Caesar cutters are really good. Hey, Michelle, welcome in. How are you doing? Betty, welcome in. So just going through the comments. I got my girl Kim. She's watching the comments for me and monitoring everything just in case I missed something. So I'm going to get started on the first one. Again, this won't be that long of a live. This process is pretty quick. but just chatting with y'all and showing y'all how to do this. And then I also have, let's see, oh, that screen won't come up. I have to share that particular screen, but I have my hatch open too, because I was working on some more 3D puff designs. So I might switch over to that in a minute. All right, y'all. So let me blow this up and make this bigger and make sure y'all can see that. And you guys, I don't know what's going on with my computer whenever I do a Zoom or when I'm sharing my screen on StreamYard. It's not showing my rhinestone panel. On my screen that I'm looking at, it's showing up right here. But on here, for some reason, it's not showing. So I don't know if it's a setting that I need to change or whatnot. So I do apologize for that. But I will kind of explain what I'm clicking on, seeing that for whatever reason, my rhinestone panel isn't showing up on the screen, which is weird. Let me try and see if I can. Hold on. Let me remove this and I'm going to try sharing my entire screen instead of sharing the window. Maybe that'll work. One sec, y'all. Ah, that was it. I just shared the window and I needed to share the entire screen. So we are back in the game. So let me move this over and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Or maybe don't need it that big. So at least y'all can see my rhinestone panel now. So for those of you that are new to rhinestones or even creating them in Silhouette Studio, this is the rhinestone panel, and I pulled it up right here on this little diamond looking icon, or you could go to the top, panels and rhinestones. You can get to it from right here as well. And that'll pop up the rhinestone panel. So right here, you have your different rhinestone effects. So I'm going to just go through the panel and then we'll go to creating the design. Hey, Nina, welcome in. How are you doing? So I'm going to select my design, and for the rhinestone effects, none is going to do nothing. It's just going to be that SVG or, the image that you typed out, the text or whatever. The next one is going to be the edge fill. And so that'll usually give you kind of like an outline. And this might not be the design to do it with, but let's see. And then the next one is going to be the linear fill. Yeah, this one isn't. The font isn't thick enough where it's actually filling everything in. But normally this would fill everything in, and then the radial fill does the same thing, but the radial fill is more so for curves, letters, and curved shapes and things like that. So you can see how it changed when I clicked on the radial fill versus the linear fill. That's how the linear fill, and that's the radial fill that I just clicked on right now. So you can see the difference there. So I'll go take that back to none. And then the next set down is your rhinestone size. So you have SS6, SS10, 16, and 20. Silhouette Studio is automatically going to default to SS10. So regardless of if you're doing text or if you bring in an SVG and you convert it, it's going to default to SS10. So I only use SS10 and SS6. SS6 I really only use for hats or smaller items. And then SS10 I use for pretty much everything else. Hey, Anita, welcome in. Hey, Crafting Vibes, welcome in. And so if you just select it and then you just can change it here from SS10, SS6, 16, or 20, whatever size stones that you're using, or you can use this here and you can adjust it there as well. The rhinestone spacing, you're going to use this a lot. At least I do. So the rhinestone spacing, let's go to this fill here. So this is just the edge fill. The spacing right now is at 0. It's automatically going to default to 0.039. So let's say if we go to 0.015, and then you'll see how they got closer together. So this is just, if the lower you go in your numbers, the closer your stones are going to be together. The higher you go in your spacing number, the farther apart your stones will be together. So that's what the spacing is for. Freehand draw rhinestones. If you can draw, have at it. I can't draw. I can draw you a really good stick figure, and that's about it. So I don't use this. But if you can draw, you can click on this and you can create your own designs or draw out your own designs. But again, I never use it. Now, to release the rhinestones, that would be to release them, and they're going to be individual stones, and then you'll be able to move each individual stone. So in this case, let me duplicate this really quick. So I'm just right clicking and duplicating, and I'm going to release the rhinestone so you guys can see what that looks like. So let's see, I'm going to go to my edge fill. And once I click on it, if you see right here, it says SS10 516. So right now, this image is only going to take 516 stones. And so if you're going to be creating digital templates, selling them, or anything like that, you'll want to write that information down, because you'll want to add that in your listing, how many stones it's going to take to create that template. And so if we go in and release the stones, and the larger the design, the more rhinestones, the longer it will take to release or ungroup them. Hey, everybody that's just joining, welcome in. So just waiting for these to release. So now they've released, and so there's individual, they're individual stones now. And let me blow that up so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. So now they're individual stones, but once I click off of it, then I'm able to take a stone and move it, wherever I want to, or if I need to add stones, if I need to remove stones, delete stones, I can do that as well. Hey, Andrea, welcome in. So that's what the release does. When you release your rhinestones, you're able to edit your images if you want to do an ombre. So if you want to change the colors, things like that, that's where you would, or that's how you would do that, by releasing the rhinestones. And then once, say you've made all your changes, you moved everything around, and then from there you just select, and I'm just holding the left mouse button down, and you're just going to select everything, and then you would right click on it and group it back together. And so that will put it back together where it's one complete design versus all of the individual stones. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Ruby. Welcome in, y'all. So then I'm going to delete this one, and then we'll get started on our first design. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? Thank you, Kim. Yes, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. So I have my design selected, and I'm going to do an offset. So this right here, what I have on the screen will be what I will cut out in vinyl, or if you want to do sublimation, what your sublimation image would be. So then I'm gonna go into the offset panel. So it's gonna look like a little star on the right hand side of Silhouette Studio. And then I'm gonna select, oops, I think I just clicked out of it. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to select offset. But the offset right now is at 0.125. whenever I'm doing an outline, I normally like to do 0.150, depending on the design. And then, so I'll wait for that to update. Okay. And then, so this is how it's looking right now. And then we'll go ahead and convert it into rhinestones. But there are some pieces that I do want to delete. And so I'm actually going to delete this piece and this piece. So I'm going to take the vinyl portion out. And this is all one. So it's kind of like it's grouped together. So because I want to delete these two pieces here, I'm going to have the design selected. I'm going to release compound path. And so these extra pieces I can now go ahead and delete, because I don't want those there. And then, okay, I'm good with that. And then make compound path. So that just puts it back. It's almost like grouping and ungrouping. Kiki, how are you doing? Name. So this is a SVG file. This isn't a font that I have in Silhouette Studio. But if you're looking to add additional fonts into Silhouette Studio, or even like Design Space or anything like that, check out thefont.com. And I'm going to put it in the chat. Thefont.com, and you can get some nice fonts on there for free, and you can add them to your software. Hey, Shamira, how are you doing? Let's see. I know I'm late, but what program are you creating? In Silhouette Studio. And I'm using the business edition, but you only need the designer edition to have access to the rhinestone panel, Andrea. This Chicago weather, I almost missed it. It's actually like 80 here today. Yes, 81. It's nice. And then this weekend is going to be like in the 50s. So yeah, that bipolar weather we got right now. So again, I'm in Silhouette Studio Business Edition. I just created an offset. And if you missed this one, I have another design that we're going to do next. Oh, you're welcome, Andrea. So now I have the design how I want it. And I was going to move these two pieces out, but I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna see. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I have my design selected. So I'm gonna go back to my rhinestone panel over here on the side here and bring that panel back up. And then I'm gonna do a outline or an edge fill. And it's thinking. And that's that. So see, I might have to release the rhinestones and play around with this, or I might go back and delete that. But let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and take the vinyl portion, and I'm going to just line it up and make sure my spacing is good. So it's as simple as that. I mean, I would definitely release the rhinestones on this and kind of move these around to make them look a little bit better. But everything else looks good. It's just this here and this here, which doesn't look bad. I would just kind of move a few of them around here. The Chicago weather. Snowing in Chicago. Oh, see, yeah. That's one thing I don't miss about the Midwest. I can see the snow on the mountains when I go outside, but I don't want to be in the snow no more. I'm glad I caught the live. I've been looking for one to explain it in my speed. Okay, yeah, I'm glad you caught it. And I have another one I'm about to do as well. I'm just looking at y'all comments. Miss C said it's snowing. Wait, it's pouring in New York. Wow. Oh yeah. Let's see. Are you going to leave this live up? Yeah, I'll leave it up. It'll be up on the channel. So whenever say you're in Silhouette Studio, you can pull it up and kind of use it as a guide as you're creating your designs. But yep, I'll leave it up. Wow. So yes, bad weather. It seems like the East Coast, Midwest. You guys, there was actually just a tornado near the San Andreas Fault, I think, in California. I want to say yesterday or the day before. We didn't feel it here, but I was like, ooh, yeah. And we were planning on going to Cali too. And I'm like, yeah, that's the one thing that makes me nervous every time we go to Cali. I've never been in a earthquake and I never want to be. So yeah. I'm still trying to figure out this design. Actually, now I will actually go in and release these for those that are just joining. Let me move this down. I'm gonna release these stones and kind of clean this up a little bit. So I just have my design, my image or whatever selected, and then I'm gonna just click on release rhinestones. And right now, this image is going to take 456 SS10 hot fix rhinestones. Let's see. I'm just looking at y'all comments. You love work-alongs? Yeah, me too. There's a few YouTubers that I watch, and I like to watch their work-alongs. Tornadoes in Kentucky? Oh my gosh. I hope everybody stays safe. Was only in Utah 2 months. We experienced our first earthquake. See, yeah, the ground is not supposed to move. Like, yeah, I don't like that whole idea of being caught up in an earthquake. Like, I would probably panic and freak out. But no, I couldn't. I couldn't. And so I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard. You can use your mouse to just drag stuff around, but I'm just using my arrow keys just to kind of play around with this a little bit. But I also want to make sure it's still good within with my image. So I'm gonna bring my image back up in a minute and just make sure everything still fits and lines up. Oh, wow. You just got your power on. Oh, my goodness. Glendora said it's beautiful in Louisiana. It's beautiful here in Vegas, at least for today. Right, Kiki? Like the ground is not supposed to move. Like, yeah. And luckily, I mean, we've been going to California for years and years now and never won. Knock on wood. I never want to feel one and I never have. I just want to go to the garment district, go to the beach, and come home. And again, I'm just using my arrow keys on my keyboard and I'm just selecting which stone I want to move around and then just kind of moving things around from there. Right, Nita? Like, Oh, yeah, Anita, I forgot you are in Cali. No snow or no flurries. I know that's right. Nowhere but up on the mountains for us. And I'm cool with that. I am so cool with that. Like when my daughter asked about going up to Mount Charleston, and I'm like, for what? and she was like, so we could go see the snow. I was like, yeah, no. You could go, but I'm good. I dealt with snow for all my life living in Wisconsin, and I'm good on snow. And also, you don't want to have any of the stones touching, because that's how your template will cut out in your flock. And if they do overlap, when you go to pull it up off your mat, it's going to rip. So just keep that in mind. That one I'm going to delete. That one I'm going to delete. And then what I'm going to do is just bring this image up, because I want to make sure that it, still fits, because I did move it around a little bit. So yes, it does. I just need to kind of move this one over here. Let's see. So I need to move just these two over. This one's good. Okay. So I'm going to move this back down, and I'm going to select both of these. I'm holding down my shift. Select both of those, and then I'm going to just move them over to the right. And then I'm going to just double check on my image again, make sure I'm good. Line everything up. And yep, that would be good. So I'll move this back down, and then I'll go ahead and select everything here. Just holding down my left mouse button, and then right click and group. And I'll take a second, and that'll group back together. And then over here on the panel is showing this is going to take 454 SS10 hot fix rhinestones. So while that's grouping, let me check out y'all comments. Ooh, yeah, I can imagine. Now, I did feel one. California had an earthquake. This was probably back in 2018, I think. And we did feel it here in Vegas, but it wasn't like really strong or anything like that. Like, I was in my room sitting on the bed, and it like shifted, like the bed, like somebody had pushed the bed or something like that, and it just kind of shifted a little bit. And then our chandelier that we had in the living room or the dining room was kind of moving. So that's how we knew that we had actually, felt the aftershock or whatever. But yeah, I don't want to be in one. Oh, it's raining, snowing in Wisconsin today. Yeah, I was on Facebook messing with my Wisconsin family. Like, so how's the weather doing? Like, I'm outside with the windows down, got a t-shirt on, riding around, and yeah, it's cold there. Trying not struggle with my rhinestone designs for a minute, but I watch a lot of videos, and I think I got it. Okay. Not releasing your compound path. Okay. Yeah. If you have any questions when you're doing it, Miss C, just reach out to me. Kiki says she's moving south. Really? The next move we're making is out of the country. I want to move completely out of the US. It rained all day here in Maryland, and it just stopped an hour ago. Wow. This weather across the state US is just like insane. I'm just looking at you guys' comments. Oh, thank you, Kiki. Yeah, I try to break it down. I try to break it down where you can understand it, even if you're an absolute beginner or if you're advanced at creating templates. I try to break everything down. Hey, Anointed Son, you are never late. You are on time. Ooh, Jamaica, really? Well, definitely keep me posted. I definitely want to see your journey. I love watching a lot of the travel YouTubers and the different places they go. So definitely keep us posted. Exactly, Vanessa. That's exactly what it is. We're still focused on Mexico. We're still wanting to move to the Yucatan Peninsula, that area of Mexico. So like Merida, you have Playa del Carmen over there. You have Cancun. I mean, from Merida, that's probably about, I think, 2 hours away. I think, but that's the area that we want to move to, and that we're going to be scouting. My husband wants to start researching. Yeah, we've researched. Costa Rica is like our number two, so we're still gonna go there as well and scout and see how we like it. I mean, we've gone to Mexico a lot, so we know the areas that we go to. We're getting more and more familiar, but we really need to do scouting trips to see the neighborhoods and things like that. So I do have a facilitator that I've been working with that helped me get my residency in Mexico last year. And then I'm actually going this month. Actually, we're going to Mexico this month. So I can renew my residency for 3 more years. And then the first time you get it, it's only good for a year. And then you renew it for 3 years. And after a total of 4 years, then you can get permanent residency. So yeah, we're researching, but it's definitely Mexico is still number one for us. We just the people, the culture, the food. It's just so much you can do there, and we absolutely love it. I know, right? Take us with you, yes. Blue Emerald said, been raining for 2 days and the wind is very high too. Oh, wow. Yeah, I love a good thunderstorm when I'm in the house and don't have to be outside. And so this design is basically complete. I would just have to send it to my cutter, cut out my outline, and then I would do the second portion. Well, I would keep it separated, and then I would first send the template to cut, and then after that, then I would do the SVG image. Or if you're going to do sublimation, then you just send it to your printer. So either or, but it's the same process for Rhinestones vinyl, Rhinestone sublimation. You would create them the same way. And then I have another one, and we're going to have to remove the background on this one. Let me make this one bigger. And welcome in everybody that's just joining. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. So I have this one, and as you can see, it has a background on it. So we're going to do a trace on this one and then remove that background. So to do a trace, you're going to select this object right here. Y'all, I don't know why, but to me it looks like a slice of bread, the trace little icon. Or you can go from the panels and then select trace. So there's two places that you can get it. So I'm gonna just select over here, and then that's going to bring up the trace panel, and then you just want to click on select trace area, and then I'm just going to highlight this here. And then I'm just going to select trace. Now you can select trace outer edge. You can trace and detach. I'm just going to do a trace. All right. And then so once that has traced, then I don't need this image anymore. I'm going to delete that, and I have my object here. And if you want to, you can fill it in from here, and then we'll go to the rhinestone panel. And I'm just looking at y'all comments. I know Jamaica. You got me thinking about Jamaica. Now we had actually thought about what was it, St. Thomas? But I was like, nah, nah. I want to be near the ocean, but I don't want to be right there on the ocean. Like I want to be a little bit inland from the ocean, but we do want to be near a beach. We want to be near the ocean, just not right on the ocean when we move. That's why I was like the Yucatan area. That's a really good area. We thought about Puerto Vallarta, but I was like, nah. It's nice, but nah. And Merida is one of the second safest cities in all of the in both Americas. So I was like, yeah, that would be us. That would be the area where we would need to be, especially our first time. This would be our first time living out of the country. Let's go. I know that's right. Come on, y'all. Come on with me, then. But yeah, we definitely, because we had thought about for a few years back, we were thinking about moving to either Florida or California, just because we wanted to be near the beach. California, one, too expensive. I mean, you're getting like a 900 square foot apartment for like $2,000. I'm like, there's no way. And then the houses we were looking at was like $4,000 a month, and that was just to rent like a 3 bedroom, a decent sized house comparable to what we're in now. I was like, y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy. And then Florida, I was just like, nope, nope, nope. We just completely changed our mind on Florida, especially with all the hurricanes that they have every season. So we were like, nah, we're good. So then back on the design. So I'm gonna go through the effects again. So this design could probably show the effects a little bit better. So again, once you have your design selected, the first effect is done. And then your next one's going to be your edge fill. So that'll give you an outline. And that actually gave a perfect outline. I love it when that happens. And then we have the linear fill. And so that fills it completely in. And then you have the radial fill, which again, the radial fill is really good for objects that curve. So you see how good it looks, that especially the outline. It's just, I would have to go in and add some stones in these spaces where it's blank. And that'll be about it. So that's not that bad of a cleanup on this one. And then that outline looks really, really good. And so, and then I'm going to actually duplicate this as well, because we're going to do the outline, and then we want to have our SVG or our sublimation image. So I'm going to just move that one off to the side. And then we're also going to do an offset on this one as well. Oh, I love to visit it. Now, it's nothing like you see on TV. I'm sure once you get up in like Calabasas and the Hollywood Hills and all that, yeah. But when you drive past just drive through like Beverly Hills, it's just like regular small little houses. Like I was thinking when we went into Beverly Hills, I was going to see all these beautiful mansions. I guess the further you go into Beverly Hills, of course, they have, the celebrity homes and all that crap, but it's nothing like what you see on TV, is what we realized real quick. And their homeless population is insane. And it's starting to happen here too in Vegas. Kiki, I'm 2 hours from LA. Oh, okay, Anita. I didn't realize you were just 2 hours from LA. Um, so, do we check all outlining options before cutting? Outlining options. So as far as when you're sending your design to your cutter, you would select whatever vinyl type that you're going to be using, unless you're doing sublimation. But if you're doing vinyl, yeah, you will want to select the corresponding vinyl type for your material so it'll cut correctly. This is code 90210 is, oh, okay, Anita. Yeah, we actually did the TMZ tour, and it kind of took us, through there and all that. But we've gone like on Rodale Drive and stuff like that. But we're mainly Garment District Beach. Those are the two reasons that we go. And to eat, because California has all of the best vegan restaurants that we can find compared to here in Vegas. So the food, the beach, and the Garment District. And occasionally we'll step out, go to a lounge or something. I'm ready to revisit Vegas. Yeah, let me know next time you're in Vegas. I will definitely come down and meet up with you. Do you have a video on multicolor templates? Yes, I do have a video on my channel. I think I did it, I want to say last month. So it's a recent video. And then I could probably show you that here too as well, how to do the multicolor and how to cut it. Hey, Lynn, welcome in. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and do the offset, and then I'll show how to do the multicolor. So I'm going to go to my little offset panel here and bring that up. And then I'm going to select offset. Now you can do an internal offset. And so your design, would be internal. That's like if I didn't fill this in and I wanted to have a vinyl outline and my stones in the center, you can do that as well. But I'm going to just do a regular offset. And again, I always like to do 0.150. Oh, okay. Y'all see Charlie back there.
All right.
And then I'm going to do 0.150 and then apply. And then that's just going to make it a little bit bigger. So I have enough room once I do convert this to rhinestones. So now that I have my offset, again, where you see the red Capricorn sign, so that'll be the vinyl or sublimation. And then my offset is where I'm going to turn that into my rhinestone outline. So then I'll go over to my rhinestone panel. Again, I'm over here on the right-hand side, clicking on this little diamond icon to bring up the rhinestone panel. And then I'll click on edge. And that's that. It's that simple to create a rhinestone and vinyl or sublimation outline. I'm just going back through y'all comments. Oh, the rhinestone effects. Yeah, so you could play around with the different options that you want, Kiki, and kind of just play around with it from there. But if you're needing to release it, then you can release it, make any adjustments you need to, group it back. But yeah, the effects, you can just click on, make sure your image or your design is highlighted, and then you can click on, whichever one that you want it to be. As far as if you want it to be an edge, a linear, or a radial fill. I visited LA in January for the first time. I wanted to do the TMZ tour, but there wasn't enough time. I might do it back in the fall. Yeah, at the TMZ tour, it was okay. We didn't have anyone from the show that was on our bus, but me and my husband got annoyed because the lady kept telling us, look around, look in the cars. We could be driving past a celebrity. I'm trying to get a cover so I can get on the TV show. So she was basically like using us to help her hunt for celebrities. And I'm like, okay, we got on this bus, so y'all can do that for us. Like, we're not finna do your job for you. So I got annoyed. But it was an okay tour. You know, you just go get your tickets, and then they have different times that you can get on, and then they just take you pretty much all around Hollywood and Beverly Hills. They can't go down Rodeo Drive, so they had to make a detour and go down some other street. I guess the buses aren't allowed to go down Rodeo Drive, but they went in the Beverly Hills area, Hollywood area, and all that stuff. But it was just something to do, something we hadn't done before. But if you haven't done it, it was a cool little ride around the city. And so, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do the multicolor. So I'm gonna actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna open up a new tab, and then I'm gonna paste that there, and then we'll use this for it. And then I'll make the screen bigger too. All right. So as far as making a multicolor template, first thing you want to do, whatever image you have, you want to convert that image to rhinestones. So we'll go back to our rhinestone panel. And then let's do a linear fill. And then let's say, okay, I'm good. I'll select this fill, and then I'm going to go ahead and release my rhinestones. And right now, this design will take 617 SS10 right here. Like I was telling you guys earlier, Silhouette Studio automatically defaults to SS10. So I actually like that it takes the guesswork out of it. But if you need to select a different size, you can just select your different sizes up here. Okay, so that has broken the design apart. And then, so if you want to do a multicolor, what you would do is you would want to highlight where you want to have the colors different. So for this one, let's say if I start here at the top, I'm going to select, I'll go about right here. And let's make that, and then you'll go up to your color up here, and then you'll change it to whatever color. So let's change it to blue. So now that is blue. And then let's say I want to change this down here. I'll just select that. And then I'm going to just go across, and then let's change that to, let's do purple. Yeah, I really wouldn't put these colors together, but just giving y'all an example. Okay, and so now we have, you know, our template or the colors that we want, how we want it, and then we're just going to group everything back together. And I'm just selecting everything, holding down my left mouse button, and then I'm going to right click and group. And this shouldn't take that long. The bigger the design, the more stones, the longer it takes to group and ungroup it, or to release and group it back. And then, so you have your image. So from here, to cut it, so it cuts 3 different pieces, then you're going to go to send. And we wait. And I'm going to actually cut on my machine just so the my cut settings come up as well, so I can share those with you guys. All right, so Then I'm going to go for material to Rhinestone. And I actually kind of adjusted mine cut settings. So Rhinestone template material. And wait for that to update. All right. So then my cut settings that I use are going to be, what is this? The blade depth 6, force 22, speed 10, and 2 passes. So it'll cut it twice to make sure it cuts all the way through. And then what you'll want to do right here across the top, you're going to see options that say simple, line, fill, and layer. I believe it's fill. Let me make sure. Yep, it's fill. So you'll want to select fill and then wait for it to update and do its thing. And then, so right now, all 3 colors are selected. So if you were to send it to your mat, it'll cut it out just like this. But you want to have those 3 separate templates so you can have the multicolor. So what you would do is unselect the other 2 or however many other colors, and it won't cut those. It'll start with that first color. So right now you see the purple is more highlighted and the other 2 are dull. So it's only going to cut this portion, and then it'll go ahead. Once that cuts out, then I'll unselect that purple. I'll select the next color and then let that one cut out. So that's how you get your multicolor templates to cut out on separate flock, instead of, trying to do it all in one and trying to brush on, one row of colors and then trying to do another row. This is how you get those separate pieces. And then same thing with the next color. I would just select that color, unselect the one I don't need, and then it'll cut that blue, and then it'll gray these 2 out. So that's how you create the multicolor templates, and then that's how you cut them. And so if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. But I do have another tutorial that I did last month, and it's going step by step, showing you how to create a multicolor template, but it's the exact same process as this. All right, so then that is how you create the multicolor templates, and that is also how you do the outline of your design. And if you wanted to bring them closer, you can adjust your spacing. So right now we're at 0.039. We could go probably to 0.020 and see how that looks. Okay, that brought them just a little bit closer together. So it still looks good. So either way, I'm fine with that. So the spacing and then your effects, those are something that you're always going to adjust. But your spacing, that's going to really make your rhinestone design how you want it to. So again, the lower you go in spacing, the closer your stones get together. The higher you go in spacing, the further your stones will be apart. Zelda, hey, welcome in. How you doing? Yes, ma'am. Showing everybody how to make some rhinestone designs. And so, yep, so that's that one. So that's how you do the multicolor, and then the outline, and then, the outline here as well, whether you're doing sublimation or you're doing SVG. So I know I had a lot of you that said you wanted to see how to do that. Now, if you want me to get into more detailed designs, I could do that as well, showing you guys, more complex designs that I create. I could definitely show you some of those. I'll just have to get some designs ready, and then I could show you that maybe on our next live next week. So on Wednesdays, I'll pretty much go live and kind of do a how-to step by step, and show you guys different software I'll probably show you guys the wizard as well. I haven't done any tutorials using the wizard, the Rhinestone World software. So I'll be doing tutorials in Silhouette Studio and Hatch. Also Chroma, because I have Ricoma's digitizing software, and I want to test that out and see what it's like. But I still love Hatch. I'm gonna still be using Hatch, but I'll do some different tutorials using different software so you guys can see the different softwares that I use when I'm creating my designs. Just got my flock in on Saturday. Can't wait to get started. Nice, Glendora. I need to order some more. I'm like low, really, really, really low. So I definitely need to order some more. You're welcome, Dolores, anytime. Okay, 3D layered. Okay, Zelda, I can definitely do that. I can definitely do that. Yes, Kiki. Sister for life for sure. Kiki and I just did a class as well. I do have one-on-one classes for both Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to be doing one-on-one classes for Hatch as well. Please do a tutorial on making rhinestone Oh, okay, using the bling anything. Okay, I could definitely do that as well. I have one where I went live and I did make a decal for my laptop. So I did a rhinestone and glitter HTV decal using bling anything material. But I'll do another one, Dolores, and I'll do it on live. The wizard videos would be great. Okay, Anointed Song, I'll definitely do some videos on the wizard. You guys are gonna love that software, but it is, I have to let y'all know, it is like $560, but it's worth every penny. Worth every penny. And then let me see if I need to reshare my screen. Oh, no, Hatch came right up. So I actually use Parallels because I'm on a Mac, but it gives me a Windows environment, which I like. So as you can see at the bottom, I use Mac, but Parallels lets you use Windows on a Apple device. And I recently found out, I didn't know that I can have my iCloud and my iCloud photos on my Windows laptop. So I just figured that out, y'all. But this is let me change this background color. This is a two-tone color that I'm working on. It's a 3D puff. Let's change that there to white. There we go. And then I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. So this is a 3D puff design that I'm working on with a 3D puff outline as well. So it's a 2-color design. And I thought that was really cute. Now you can, I don't like that one. Let's try this one. That's kind of cute. But I like the two-tone better. Oh, you have it. Okay. Yeah, it did take me some getting used to, just because I never used CorelDRAW before I used their software. You know, it's just like a toolbar in there. And I never actually used CorelDRAW. And so I binge watched Matt doing tutorials on YouTube. Like I would have YouTube up on one screen and I would have the software up on one screen. What Matt was doing, I would do. And I did that for probably like a good week until I got to a place where I was comfortable and just started playing around and clicking on buttons and messing some stuff up. And then once I started to get the hang of it, and then I still go back and watch his videos or his tutorials when he goes live too, because usually he's doing something in the software. Hey, Sharon, you've been in the bushes just chilling? Oh, yes, you guys, don't forget Kim will be live tomorrow, 7 Eastern. So what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 Pacific. So she's going to show us how she makes her soap. And I swear by her products. I have her body butter, I have body scrubs. So I'm just waiting for this soap. And then Kim, once you make it, you might as well send me an invoice because you know I'm going to buy it. So you guys make sure you, if you're not already, check out Kim's channel, Copper Hue Collections. Kim, you could drop your link, if you could drop your link in the comments. So everybody that's not following you can go to your channel and subscribe as well. She does a lot of DIYs for crafts and beauty products and things like that. Hey, Precious Pieces, how are you? Okay, Kiki said she'll subscribe. Yeah, she's gonna drop her link. Let me see if I can find her on YouTube. Give me 1 sec, y'all. My computer is moving so slow today. Oh, here we go. I'm just grabbing her link. Give me 1 sec. Oh, she just dropped it in the chat. Never mind. So that's Kim's link to her channel. If anybody else has a channel, let me know. I will definitely drop you in the comments. So that is Kim's link right there. You guys can click on that, show her some love on her channel. And let's see, let's open up a new tab. I don't know why my computer, I probably need to restart my computer because it's moving extremely slow today. And I'm gonna just change my background. Now you can, oops, hold on. You can add your hoop. I changed the inside hoop color. I don't have my hoop up. So you can add your hoop to the screen if you want to. Sometimes I do use it, other times I don't. I pretty much just look at the measurements as I'm creating a design. And so let's see, let me do my hustle and let me change my font to the script. And this is, wait, is this my 3D? Yeah, this is a 3D puff font that I have, but I'm not feeling this one too much. So I've just kind of been playing around with different fonts as I'm creating these. Let's break this apart. And let's move this one over. Let's move this one over. And so, yeah, you guys, I'm just kind of messing around in Hatch now. I know I started in Silhouette Studio showing you guys those designs. So if this is your first time on a live, y'all, I don't always stay in one place or on one thing, or I do have a bad habit of working on different projects at the same time. So, yeah. And I could potentially, let's see if I kind of overlap it, if that looks better. Okay, but I need to move this up a little bit. Nope, that's a lot of it. That's too much. Okay, right there is okay. So Hatch, Anita, is just for embroidery. So you can only do Silhouette Studio. You can do, that's where you do your rhinestone designs, or in the Wizard software. So those are the two softwares that I use when I'm making my designs. But Hatch is strictly for embroidery. Yeah, I'm not feeling this font. It's okay, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, it's like a script font, but I wanted a more of a cursive font. I'm gonna have to search for that. So let me go back here. Wait, where was I at? This one. This was the one I was working on. So I'm actually break this one apart. And I want to move these closer together. Yes, yes, she does. Like, and she breaks it down step by step. So if you guys like the way that I do my tutorials and I explain everything, Kim's is pretty much the same way. She's going to break it down for you where you can understand it and it makes sense to you. And I don't want them touching, but I do want them kind of close. I'm supposed to be working on a project due this evening, but I fell down the rabbit hole again. Don't you hate it when that happens? That always happens. You go down, you start looking for one thing, and then yeah, you go down that rabbit hole. I do the same thing. Yes, Kiki, I do. Like, I was, before I even got went live, I was working on another project, and I was packaging up the orders for the winners from the live on Sunday, and then I started working on something else, and then I had like Hatch open, I had the Wizard open, I had Silhouette Studio open, working on like 3 different designs. So it's just like, I don't know, that's just me. I just like keep you know, I don't know. I guess that's how I keep my focus, I guess, which sounds weird because I'm focused on other things, but I don't know. I end up getting everything done though. And then these two, I'm gonna select both of them and move them over with my mouse. Kiki, Hatch is $1,100 or $10.99, but they do have a payment plan option where you can pay for it monthly. I believe it's $99 a month. So it's not cheap, but they do have an option where you can pay for it monthly. And you can do a 30-day free trial just to test it out too. Okay, that's taken forever with me using the keys on my my arrow keys. Now, when I'm doing rhinestones, it's all good, but when I'm using the arrow keys trying to do this, it takes forever. And so I'm just bringing these letters closer together. Let's see. I think that's good. That's good. Yeah, I actually like how that looks. The two colors. And so here I just switched from objects to colors. When you digitize it just depends. If you have multicolors, or at least whenever I'm doing multicolors, I like to work off the colors. And so here, like let's say if I wanted to change that to black, I could go in and it's gonna change the entire design, but you can change your colors down here. But whenever I'm working on a design, I like to work off the colors of the sequence panel versus the objects, and sometimes it depends too on what I'm doing. Kim said thanks to everybody that subbed. Yeah, yeah. It's like I'm focused on one thing. I will say digitizing though, when I'm digitizing, say if it's an image, excuse me, that I'm digitizing from scratch, I'm focused because I have to focus on that to digitize it correctly. When I'm just coming in here using the lettering tab, monogramming, doing an applique, something like that, it's like I can multitask with that. But when I'm doing full on digitizing, manual digitizing, yeah, I'm tuned in. I have tunnel vision because you have to be focused with that. Otherwise, you're not gonna, digitize your design correctly. Um, is the Ricoma software similar to Hatch and Embrilliance? It's more similar to Embrilliance. I did open it up. Actually, do I still have it open up? But I just haven't did the training. So this is how it looks. I just was just kind of clicking around in here. I don't know what I'm doing with this software yet, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I have to do, they do have a one-on-one training. I just haven't done that yet. So I'm going to get scheduled for that. And they have a lot of videos. So in the portal, the Ricoma portal, there's a lot of videos on it going step by step. There's some that are like 5 minutes. There's some that are 30 minutes. So I started slowly going through those. I'm starting to watch those, but I want to, do a one-on-one training with a digitizer from Ricoma so I can kind of learn the software, and then I'll give you guys a tutorial as I'm learning it. I'll show you what I've learned. But right now, I can't even show you nothing but what it looks like because I haven't been working in it just yet. But this is how it looks. So I say it's more similar to Embrilliance than to Hatch as far as how it looks visually. Hey, LaShawn, thank you for joining the memberships. I appreciate you. And I will have some more members only giveaways coming as well. And then we're going to start back doing some members only lives and Zooms. So I have some stuff in store for my members. Hey, pretty eyes, how are you? Would love to learn embroidery. Well, you've come to the right place. You have come to the right place because I'm gonna on Wednesdays. I'm kind of gonna designate my lives on Wednesdays for creating designs in different softwares, so you guys can ask questions about the software, what I'm doing, so that way you could get comfortable with these different softwares or decide if you even want to purchase them. And then on Sundays, that'll just kind of be my lives where I'm just creating something, if I'm making patches or rhinestone transfers or whatever the case may be, or working on orders, stuff like that. But yeah, this is how it looks. I started application will exit. Oh, because it's running on another PC. I got it running on my other laptop. So yeah. But yeah, it doesn't look anything like Hatch. I would say it's more closer to Embrilliance. I got a great deal on my single needle machine. It comes with the software and it's sat in the box forever. What? I finally took it out. Good, good. I'm so happy. Kiki, she has a machine she's been sitting on. Yeah, Kiki, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out because you need to start using that machine. And I had another class I did or a Zoom class, a one-on-one I did with someone, and she had her embroidery machine for 2 years, still in the box, hadn't used it. And we did a class, and then she reached out with some questions, and now she's making items for her church within less than a couple weeks. So I was so happy for her. Right. That's leaving money on the table. Facts. If you got those machines, just try. You gotta start somewhere. We all had to start somewhere. It took me years to learn these softwares, these machines, stuff like that. So it's always going to be a learning process, but you're leaving money on the table for sure. It depends. I recommend if you're getting started, I really like the Brother machines. They're very user friendly, easy to get set up. So I would say the PE 535, the PE 800, PE 900, any of those Brother machines, I would suggest. And you're going to be looking at, if you're getting, say, like a PE 535 or something similar to that, you're going to be looking at about $300. If you're looking at like a PE 800, PE 900, you're looking anywhere from about $800 to $1,200. So it just depends. Yep, I called you out. I called you out because you should have been using that machine. But I called you out in love. It's all in love. So I have the PE 535. I just gave that one away. That was one of the giveaways. So I had the PE 535. I had the the PE 900, and I have a Viking Designer Diamond Royal. It is. Oh, the Singer is $275. So there you go. Singers are good machines. Actually, my last machine that I have before we moved into this house a few years back was a Singer, and it was a really good machine. Oh, sewing. Okay, my bad, Kiki. Sewing. Okay, I got you confused with someone else I did a class with. My bad. My bad. Sewing. I thought you had an embroidery machine. Yeah, that's embroidery. So Kiki does sewing. That's what it was. She has sewing machine, not embroidery. My bad, Kiki. Sunday. I did it this Sunday, Kiki. I gave away 2 of the sock inserts for the 4x4 hoop, and then I did the giveaway for the PE 535. But there will be another giveaway coming soon. Hint, 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 hint. And it'll be the giveaway is going to be for the channel members. So I'll be doing another giveaway soon. I'm not going to tell you what. I'm going to just surprise y'all like I normally do. I just do random giveaways. I don't announce it. So if you're on the live, you'll make it. Yeah, it was this Sunday, but I do have 2 more sock inserts for the 4x4 hoops that I'm going to be giving away this Sunday, you guys. So I have 2 more left. So I had a total of 4. Yeah, I love the 535. That machine, like I say, that machine is a really good machine, especially if you're a beginner, you're just getting started, or if you've been embroidering, but you're just limited to that 4x4 hoop. But at the same time, if you're just making like patches or maybe baby onesies or smaller items like that, you could use the 4x4 hoop. And there is a repositional hoop for the PE 535. I want to say it might be like a 4x6 hoop, I think. I'm mainly a Singer girl. I have 2 sewing machines and 1 serger. Now my serger is a brother, but my sewing machine is a Singer stylist. But my embroidery machines and my serger are brother. My sewing machine is Singer, and then my Viking machine, that's actually embroidery and sewing combo, but I'd never use a sewing portion on there. What are the embroidery software? So this is Hatch. This is that Hatch, and this is the digitizer level. Now they do have different levels similar to Embrilliance, how they have essentials and stitch artists and all that stuff. So they do have different levels. Say if you're just wanting to resize and recalculate stitches or do applique designs, you don't need the full digitizer version. But if you plan on doing full digitizing, you do need the digitizer version. But they do have different levels, and you can start at one and you can upgrade to the next level. They have 4 different levels. Let's see. Do you recommend LLC? Are you referring to LLC for a business? If you have an established business, I would recommend it if that's what you're referring to. I purchased the snap hoops and the side gadgets you have that holds them out the way. Yeah, that snap hoop, I use it for both my PE 900 and my Viking, and I love it. I really don't use any other hoop now that I got those. Oh, okay. Kim already caught it. Yep. It separates you from the business. Yeah, we were actually just talking about that too, Kim. I really like the Singer, but everyone's. I mean, Anointed. If you like the Singer machines, definitely choose the machine that you that resonates with you, that you like, that you feel that you're going to use, that is your within your price point as well. But Singers are good machines. I did have a Singer sewing machine and that or embroidery machine, and that was a really good machine. And I have no complaints with my sewing machine. I've had that bad boy for a good 10, 11 years, and it's still going strong. So your serger is sewing. So that's basically your serger is like how the inside of your clothes have that finished stitch. That's done by a serger, Kiki. I just had a consultation with we're coming for the EM1010. Okay, Leslie. Nice. Nice, nice. Was originally looking at that one when I started looking at machines because I'm like, yeah, going from a single needle, and then I ended up with 20 needles. But yeah, I was looking at the EM1010 too. I did check it out at Impressions when I was there. That was one of the ones that I looked at. They are, I mean, I would say, as far as their price point, I believe they're a little bit less than Melco, definitely less than Tajima. But the big thing for me was the training. They provide you that one-on-one training, and a lot of companies don't. And so that was the big selling point for me, as well as 24, well, not 24/7, but support 7 days a week. So you can reach out to tech if you have any issues with your machine. I noticed that too, Anointed. I grew up on Singer. I've had both in the past, but when it went out, I went back to Singer. Okay. Makes sense. It looks like a Brilliant Stitch 3. The Chroma software. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like to me too. It looks like Embrilliance because I did do a trial with Embrilliance, and Embrilliance is a good software too. But I just liked Hatch as far as the digitizing portion because it seemed more user friendly than Stitch Artist. Because I think I tried Stitch Artist too, and yeah, I was kind of lost in that software. What? Okay. Nice, Zelda. Well, I hope you get the machine that you want. They do offer, I believe it's like 0% financing as well on their different machines. And if you catch them when they have a sale, you're going to get that sale price as well. So the next time they have a sale, I'll make sure to let you guys know, and I'll drop my link for them as well. Don't forget that I'm working on sewing classes, which will include the serger. I'll keep y'all posted when I'm ready to start the classes. Cool. So there you guys go. For those that are maybe do embroidering, or if you do other types of crafting and want to get into embroidering and sewing, then Kim's going to be doing some sewing classes soon. And as soon as she does, I'll make sure to post in the group and as well as on my community page, so you guys will know. Making sure Sean is created as an affiliate. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zelda. Yeah, you guys. So I am an affiliate now with Ricoma after I was doing months. And y'all know, those that have been on my channel, those that know me, I've been doing research for months. I was looking at so many different machines. And once I got to Impressions in Long Beach in January, there were so many other brands that I hadn't even looked into. So that just like almost started my search over again. But when I was there, I had talked with Ricoma. I talked with, I think, Melco, and a couple other, SWF was another one that I talked with. And, you know, they just kind of showed me their machines and gave me more information. So, but I ended up going with Ricoma. I'm confused with the embroidery software. Can you explain? I heard something about the art lettering. I don't know. I don't know what to get. Okay. Let me see if I can bring it up. Okay, let's open up Chrome on here. And yeah, my computer's moving slow. But this is inside Parallel, so I'm using Windows. So I'm guessing why that might be why it's moving kind of slow. Or I just need to restart my computer. But I'm gonna pull up Hatch so you can see the different levels as soon as my computer gets it together. Oh, Leslie said Ricoma is having a sale right now and a package deal. Oh, nice. Let me see here. I'm just getting a link. So I'm gonna drop my link in the chat. If you guys want to check Ricoma out and you just fill out the information, you can get a rep will reach out to you and they'll ask you questions like what do you embroider? What are your goals, your plans? Are you trying to scale up your business, or whatever the case may be? Let's see. I just wanted to, that's not what I wanted. Well, it is, but it's not. I don't want to log in. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to try to pull up the different levels for Hatch. Let's see. All right. Hatch embroidery. And wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, compare levels. That's what I want. It was my first choice because Home Shopping Network, but $1,800 was out of my reach. I prayed about it, and then I found for $275 and the software. Nice. And I dropped my link in there for y'all. Great sale, dollar. Definitely makes sense to scale up to the largest hoop. Exactly. Yep. If the bigger hoop size you can afford comfortably, I would say do that. Hey, Miss Joyce, welcome in. I have not. I've heard of it though, but I have not tried it. Yeah, what is going on with my computer today? Hold on. It's just like moving extremely slow. Again, I think it's just because I'm working from parallels and it's just tripping right now. So I was trying to pull up the different levels of hatch so y'all can see it. But I haven't used this software yet. So what pro, but I've heard of it. I figure if I'm going to spend money on a single needle, go ahead and get my money's worth for more needles. Exactly. Because I spent my money on my Viking, and even though I love it because it does have an embroidery field of 14 by 13, but I'm like, yeah, I could have just put that towards something else. Okay. There we go. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. And so there's 4 different levels. And yeah, as soon as I start scrolling, my computer starts tripping. Oh, Zelda has So What Pro. How do you, what is it similar to Zelda? Brilliance, Hatch, any of that? Okay, so here we go. So Hatch has organizer, personalizer, composer, and digitizer. So digitizer is, where you can pretty much do everything. So let's see. So the majority of them let you organize files with Design Manager, convert to different machine formats, change color design or design color. You can resize designs. Auto fabric and customized designs are not in the first 2 levels. They're only in the last 2. You can view designs, virtual sewing information, set up your own design space, finishing design, centering, hooping and machine management, and then change blocks of color. So with the first 3 level first 4 levels or all levels, you can pretty much do all of that. And then it's kind of starts to taper off where then create lettering, monograms. You're going to have to go up to the next level for monograms, which will be personalizer. So you can do monograms and lettering in that. Let's see. And then with Composer, it also gives you the multi-hooping option, edit objects, edit tools, sequence tools, and creative tools. So if you're really looking to do like lettering and monogramming, then you would want to go with Personalizer. If you're wanting to do a little bit more, if you want to do multi-hooping, so split designs, layout tools, you want to edit objects, then you'll want to go with Composer. And then if you want full access to everything, then that's the digitizer level. But if you're just wanting to do monograms, appliques, lettering, then you'll only need the personalizer, and you can do a 30-day free trial. So I hope that information helps. But I love Hatch. Been using it for a while now, and I really like it compared to the other softwares that I've used. It's just user friendly. It's easy when I do my one-on-one classes to train. And you can get that free trial as well for 30 days so you can really test out the software. So as far as the price points, the digitizer is $10.99. Let me see if it lists the prices here. I'll see pricing. There we go. So I know the digitizer is $10.99. I don't know how much the other levels are, but we are about to find out, Miss C. Zelda, which machine were you looking at? Were you looking at the 10 needle or 15 or 20 needle with Ricoma? Okay, so again, the personalizer, this is the one if you want to do monograms and all that, and it gives you a breakdown here of everything that you can do. And then you get everything in the previous level plus everything in this level. So every time you upgrade, you get everything from the previous levels plus that level. So for personalizer, it's $249. If you want to do the composer, that is $5.99, and yeah, it is $10.99 for the digitizer, the full where you have access to everything. So that one's $10.99. But again, if you're just starting, and you can always upgrade. So if you're just looking to just start, I would say go with the personalizer for the $249. So you'll have access to do the lettering, the reshaping, the appliques, the monograms. It has a bunch of different motifs in there, borders. You have a lot of templates in there, personalized fonts, plus you can add fonts in there as well. So I would suggest this one if you're just kind of getting started. Do the free trial first. The free trial gives you access to the digitizer. So you'll have access to everything, but then you can decide which level you want to go with. Oh, the 15. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I did look at those as well. And I didn't even realize that Ricoma has a machine that does chenille patches. I was like, what? So there's a particular machine that you need to have to create your own chenille patches. And, so you can have the different multicolors, different words, letters, sayings, or whatever. And there's a particular embroidery machine just for the chenille patches. And I actually saw that when I was at the expo. I was like, oh, that is nice. But I also don't do a lot of chenille patches. I do have some chenille fabric. So, but to have that machine, I think would be nice. So they do have prices listed, Miss C. So when you click on it, it's kind of in the text. When you click on a certain machine, let me see if I can show you really quick if my computer decides it wants to speed up. And I'll show you where you can find the prices for the machines. Because yeah, I notice a lot of companies that happens where you're looking and you're like, okay, but how much is it? And it doesn't say. Because I was on there looking at all of the, wait, why is it giving me the Chroma download? I don't need the Chroma download unless I clicked on the wrong thing. So let me go back. Hold up, y'all. I'm just trying to pull this up so I can show Miss C where the prices are. Okay, let me just try clicking on this one. Thought that's what I clicked on before, but I could be wrong. Also looking at the benefits of the Mighty Hoop package with the 15 after consultation with Sean, I'll be ready. Yes, ma'am. We will get that consultation set up for you. But yeah, definitely. The Mighty Hoops are addictive. Okay, here we go. So let's say let's click on the EM1010 and let it think. And as soon as it comes up, then I'll show you where to find the price. So right here. So once you click on the particular machine, Miss C, so it'll let you know that they have packages starting at and the price, and then what the potential financing could be. So that information, excuse me, that information is right here when you click on the machine. So EM1010, it says machine package starting at $9,540, $159 per month for 60 months. Of course, it's going to depend on your credit and all that stuff. So if you click on the link, I have it linked in the description box, or that I put in the chat as well. You can reach out and fill out some information, and someone from Ricoma will reach out to you and answer any questions that you might have and go over what all they offer. And yeah, they have a lot here. I didn't even realize they have sewing machines. And well, I didn't know they have DTF. They have heat presses. They sell Mighty Hoops here as well. They have bundles, and then their embroidery machines, their cutters. So they have a lot more than just embroidery machines, even though that's pretty much what they're known for. But once you pull up the embroidery section and the list of machines, just click on learn more. And that's where you'll see the prices for each of the machines. You're welcome, Miss C. No problem at all. And so let me pull back up my silhouette. So yeah, back to what we did. I'm getting ready to get off of here. But if you joined a little bit later and missed this, just feel free to watch the replay. I go step by step showing you how to do the multicolor design, as well as do a rhinestone and sublimation, or rhinestone and vinyl with the outline. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you guys. But if you have any questions, as always, y'all know y'all can reach out to me. Check out the Facebook group. If you're not in there, you can post your questions in there. You can post your website. You can post your work, your social media links, things like that. I do not mind that at all. Let me see if I can find that. So I'm gonna just drop my link tree, but the Facebook group is on the link tree if you haven't already joined. And then I'll make sure to go in and approve everybody that joins today. All right, guys. So does anybody have any additional questions about sewing, embroidery, rhinestones? And make sure to check out Axiland Rhinestone Depot. You'll get 15% off if you use my code, All Things Sean 15. And then for Econotransfer, you'll get 10% off if you use All Things Sean for the coupon code. So Axiland gets you 15% off, and Econo gets you 10% off. And then everything's linked below in the description box for you too. Hey, Boyd, how are you doing? Thank you, Miss C. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everybody for joining. I'm about to get up out of here while this weather is still nice. We're about to go have dinner somewhere and sit out on the patio. So, but I wanted to come on and show you guys this next Wednesday. We'll see. You guys let me know. Drop it below in the chat. What software would you like me to work in next week, or what type of designs would you like to see? And so next week, that'll be what I'll do as far as the tutorials. But I'll be live Sunday as well. I already have it scheduled. I'll make sure to post it in the group, and I'll post it on the community tab so you guys don't miss it. Yeah, Anointed, I'm glad you caught it. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Miss Joyce. Oh, you're so welcome. Video training. Okay, video training on what, Miss Joyce? Embroidery, rhinestones. Just let me know. Or software, creating designs, making patches, making keychains. Just let me know and I'll make it happen. Multiple patch digitizing. Okay, and stitch out. Okay, we can definitely do that. We could definitely do that all in one live. Create a patch and then take it to the machine and let it stitch out. No, setting up the camera and lighting and my sound and everything. Okay, I could definitely do one like that. I actually just recently got these from TikTok Shop. So these are some new mics that I just got, and pretty slick, and they sound pretty good. So I'm gonna test that out in my next video that I do. So I'll let you know how I like these, but I do have some other microphones that I use, and then I'll let you know about the sound, the lighting, and all that good stuff that I use as well. All right, guys. Well, I will see y'all Sunday on Sunday's Live. I'll be live around 4, 5-ish, probably closer to 5 on Sunday Pacific time. Yes, on Sundays, I usually try to go live around 4 or 5-ish, somewhere in there. It's kind of a good sweet spot, you know, especially for my East Coasters. So it's not too late for them, but us over here on the West Coast, it's also still a good time as well. So yeah, that's normally around the times that I go live on Sundays. On Wednesdays, it'll be around this time as well, Miss Joy. So around the 3 o'clock, 3:30 mark. And then I'll be posting videos occasionally throughout the week as well. But I will see you guys on Sunday. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the Facebook group. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see y'all Sunday. Bye, guys.